Good question. I would have to say that I'm really enjoying the winter ski gear that I got in Pyeongchang in 2018. So it's quite funny to see me decked out head to toe in Team Canada gear going down the slopes, given I'm not a really good skier. I'm sure people are wondering what's this guy doing with that type of gear. So that I'm making good use of it this year for sure. So for me, I have a tradition where I like to get my athletes and fellow team members to sign something when I go to a games. So in Pyeongchang in 2018, I had all of the athletes and support staff for the curling team sign a jersey. So I got my own jersey and I have that at home. And for wheelchair basketball in Tokyo this past summer, I had our men's and women's team sign a basketball. And if you can look over my shoulder, that first basketball there on the right-hand side is actually the one signed by our team this past summer. Yeah, so it depends on the underlying etiology of impairment for the athletes, but for athletes that are in wheelchairs, the most common injury is related to the shoulder. So they're using their shoulders a lot for their sport, but they're also using their shoulders to push their wheelchair around in daily life, to transfer, to do all of their daily activities. So that's the most common injury in a Paralympic athlete, and it differs from able-bodied athletes where the more common injuries are lower body. From an illness perspective, if I could just kind of go on to that side of things, urinary tract infections are extremely common, particularly in athletes with spinal cord injury. So that's something that we're certainly working hard to try to prevent with education for all of our team members, because it impacts performance, it impacts training, and it's something that it's worthy of addressing. So it's hard to say. I can't really answer that question. I work intimately with a lot of athletes, and I have a very close connection and affinity for all of them. And I have a soft spot for them. So I can't really pick one person, given my role with so many athletes. And I guess that's a good thing. I cheer them all on and hope the best for all of them. So I think I would like everyone to know that Paralympic athletes are elite, high-performing athletes, and they train just as hard and are just as dedicated and have similarly amazing performances to their able-bodied counterparts. And I think until you actually sit down and watch, you may not appreciate that. And I would really encourage everyone to make use of the live streaming that's going to be happening on CBC and to get involved, support our athletes, and cheer them on. So for me, I haven't actually had the chance to connect with many members of the curling team in a couple of years since the pandemic started. So outside of the actual sport, I'm really looking forward to reestablishing those connections and really spending some quality time with the team members and the athletes that I've gotten to know so well over the past 8 years. So that's something I'm looking forward to.